What's up guys, and welcome back. So today we're gonna get serious, because I am hearing everywhere about the Mandela effect. So I've always been one to say that the Mandela effect isn't a real thing, and I will explain why I believed that for so long before, but now there's certain stuff that there's no way it can have changed that much to me, that there has to be something kind of weird going on, and I'm starting to believe it a little bit now. But we're going to delve into a whole list of them that I have literally just found, and some of them even I didn't realise. So let's just delve right into it. So let's start off by looking at Fruit Loops. Now, the spelling of Fruit Loops appears to have changed over time. Actually, before we get any further into this, for anyone who doesn't know what the Mandela effect is, where have you been for the past few years? And basically the Mandela effect is all started with Nelson Mandela, where people believe that he died in prison. They even think that they watched his funeral, and all of a sudden he wasn't dead, he went on to become president, blah 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 blah, long life, died a lot later. So that's where it started, and since then there has been a ton of different changes that people are noticing in the world that they swear they have memories of that existed before. So again, as I was saying, Fruit Loops, the original spelling of fruit was as you would normally spell fruit. Since then it has changed to a double O, like the cereal itself has the two O's in it. That's changed. Obviously Fruit Loops are an American thing, so I've never really paid much attention to that one, so that's one I can't really comment on. Captain Crunch has changed to Cap'n Crunch, which I know the name Captain Crunch, but I've never seen it as it is there as Cap'n Crunch. That's interesting to me. Cup a Noodle. I have heard of Cup a Noodle. Turns out it's not, it's just cup noodles, which, you know, I've never bought the product, never really seen the product again, so that's another one I can't really comment on. Same goes for this one here, Chick-fil-A. Depends on how you're spelling chick. Some people spell it C-H-I-C, some spell it with a K at the end. Turns out it's both, it's a C-K at the end, and it apparently always has been. Another one that's kind of got my attention is Kit Kat. Apparently the dash that's in Kit Kat, it's never had a dash, ever. That one's interesting. And again, OxyClean is apparently spelt with a Y. It's not, it's spelt with an I. I mean, I kind of think it always was spelt with an I, so who knows. Tidy Cat. It's Tidy Cats, there's an S. Febreze, with all the E's in the middle. There's only one E. And that was one that really got me, because I swear I have seen Febreze with two E's. I swear I have. I mean, that's dating back to my childhood, and there was a kind of point in my life where I think I also remember seeing it change, but apparently it's never ever had two E's. So that was at the point that I started thinking, hang on, I swear I have a memory of that. So who knows, it could just be me, who knows, I mean, it could be just a one-off. Vicks Vapor Rub. Well, it's Vicks Vapor Rub. I mean, could this just be the way see, stuff with this, and I will mention it later on with Flintstones, but I mean, could this be the way that we was brought up? I mean, vapor rub. If you're born and someone goes, get the vapor rub, and then you go through life calling it vapor rub, are you ever going to notice that that's not what it's actually called? Same goes for the Flintstones. I will mention it now anyway, but it'll come up in my list later. The Flintstones. There is no T in Flint. It's just Flynn. So if you are born up watching the Flintstones and your father, your parents, whatever else, mention it as Flintstones because it's from their generation, you will always call it Flintstones, surely, if that's what it's always been called to you. So surely you wouldn't notice that difference. You're a kid, you're never really going to notice it. That was one thing. That was why I always said this Mandela effect isn't a real thing. It all comes down to if someone tells you something over and over and over again, you're gonna believe that's what it is. If you're brought up believing something, you're gonna believe it unless someone tells you different. So moving on anyway further in this list to depends. It's just depend. Chuck E. Cheese. Apparently it's Chuck E. Cheese's. That one doesn't sound right to me. Apparently it is. J.C. Penney. Apparently it's got a second E at the end. You know, these are just spelling, aren't they? How you would spell something. I've never paid enough attention to these things to notice them. Coca-Cola. The large dash is now a tiny dash. I mean, apparently it used to be a large dash that went all the way across. Now it's just a tiny little, kind of more of a dot in between. I mean, that bit of a nitpicky one, that to me. Laughing Cow, the gold nose ring. It's got no nose ring. Volkswagen logo. The VW, the letters, as far as this was one that got me questioning everything a minute ago. As far as I knew, those letters were always connected. They're not. The Ford logo, there's a curly F on the little flick. I swear it never used to have a curly F. Volkswagen logo with the steel mail symbol. It apparently never used to have that. As far as I remember, it always did. But that could just be me. Folgers had a D in it. I've never heard of them. Couldn't comment on it. Oscar Mayer. It's an E, it's an A, sorry, not an E. Again, never really knew the brand, can't really comment on it. Bud Light apparently has always been spelt light as in light bulb, despite the fact that even I have some sort of memory of it being spelt L-I-T-E. So that's branding. That is logos, companies, brands, all that. There's also a lot of different stuff in art and media. So the thinking man, the man that is sat there like that, apparently he's not on his fist, Italian panned. It's I swear it was always a fist as well. And this is one that I kind of, going back to my days at school, Henry VIII's portrait with a drumstick in his hand. There is no drumstick. I distinctly remember there being a drumstick from when I was at school, because I have not really seen or done anything with Henry VIII since then. Strange. The Berenstain Bears. It's the Berenstain Bears. The Flintstones is the Flintstones. So that's the wrong way round. The guy that's done this list. Hang on. I'm just looking at the next one here. Rum Diaries. Rum Diary. No. Strange. Curious George has a tail. He's got no tail. Now, a lot of people say they remember distinctly seeing Curious George hanging from a tree by his tail. I can't remember that myself. I personally remember him hanging by its hands. I don't ever remember the tail. Can't really comment on that one. Same goes for Looney Tunes. People spell it tunes as in cartoons, but it's not. It's tunes as in music tunes. Now again, I must be one of the only people, because I've asked a lot of people about this one, and I must be one of the only people that spells it correctly, as in tunes the music, which is weird. Now, Sex in the City. I remember saying Sex in the City until I saw the logo and then realised that it was Sex and the City. So again, I can't really comment on that one, because that's one that I kind of always remember hearing people say one thing but then seeing something else. So again, that could just be the way that we kind of brought up to hear certain things and see certain things. Who knows? So this one's one that I've never even seen or heard of. Let's have a look at the logo. Moonraker. Dolly had braces. She's got no braces. I don't know. I can't comment on that one. Now, Pikachu. The tip of his tail was black, and now it's not. I can't say I have ever seen Pikachu with the tip of his tail being black. Never. Can't say I've ever seen it. But the more I thought about it, the more I think that when I drew it as a kid, I drew a line down his tail for some weird reason. So who knows, there's maybe something to it. Apollo 13 movie. Oh, there's a couple that aren't even listed on this one, but the Apollo 13 movie. Calm, we've had a problem, whereas now it's more aggressive, more shouty. I always remember it as Houston, we have a problem, not screaming it out. Huh, interesting. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Settled down for a long, whereas it should be settled our brains for a long. No idea, can't comment on it. No. Hang on, I've not even read. I will just point out, guys, I've not read this list before doing this video. I'm kind of going through it as I'm doing it with you. And Oliver Twist, please, may I have some more? Or if it's not, please, I want some more. It's not. What? I distinctly remember saying, please sir, may I have some more? I distinctly remember that. That one's got me really confused. Okay. I'm going to skip this next one because I can't even say whatever that word is. Well, it's one I've never heard of anyway, so let's just skip beyond that. There are other ones that aren't even in this list, which is rather weird to me. I can't figure out why one of the biggest ones that everyone talks about isn't in this list, which is Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. He doesn't even say that. Not even close. I think it's just good morning. Which, I only recently watched that, and it is very clearly good morning. So, I couldn't really comment on that one. There's a few more. I'm looking at a different list now. There are a few more that again weren't in that list. So Luke, I am your father. He never says Luke, which I swear I have memories of that. The Monopoly guy has a monocle. No, he doesn't. Now, this one, again, this was one of the biggest ones that got me questioning this. Because we all remember, we are the champions of the world. There is no of the world at the end of that song. The song just ends. I distinctly remember hearing it. All the other ones I can pass off as stuff that I have misheard or misseen or been brought up knowing it without actually looking into it. But this, I have heard this song with the of the world. I could sing it to you right now in the exact way that I'd heard it, but it doesn't exist. I can't get my head around how that doesn't exist. I can't figure it out. C3PO isn't all gold. He has a silver leg. Now, I thought that C3PO started off gold and then he got rebuilt with a silver leg. But that's just me. I could be wrong. The Mona Lisa. She's always been smiling. And yet everyone remembers her being emotionless. There was a Sinbad movie in the 90s that everyone loved and watched 1,000 times. It doesn't exist. Life is like a box of chocolates. No, it's not. Life was like a box of chocolates. Interview with the Vampire. It's actually Interview with a Vampire. There's no the, it is an A. And this was another one that got me thinking, maybe it's just the way that we brought up. Snow White, mirror, mirror on the wall. That's not what she says, it's magic mirror on the wall. Is that the way that we brought up? Who knows? Who knows? Jiffy, the peanut butter brand. Turns out it's Jif. So, yeah. They were ones that weren't on this list that I'm currently reading, but still exists. Sicily, 40 miles from Italy. It's 2 miles from Italy. Basically, there's a lot of geography stuff. Like I'm just gonna whip through some of the geography stuff. Sri Lanka. S of the tip of India, SE on the tip of India, New Zealand, again New Zealand seems to have moved, Panama, Gibraltar. I'm not even going to run through all of these, but there's quite a few different geography and government stuff that seems to have changed. I mean, I'm not going to comment on it because I couldn't tell you on any of them. But then we've got some ones that have come from history as well. So Hitler with brown eyes, it's blue eyes. Limburg baby never found, unsolved mystery. The body was found and the murderer was caught. Amelia Earhart found alive. She was never found. Alexander Hamilton, 4th president, killed in a duel, was never president. Kennedy assassination, 4 people in the car, 6 people in the car. Thanksgiving, 3rd Thursday Thanksgiving. It's the 4th Thursday. Capricorn zodiac, no mermaid tail. Mermaid tail. Hillary Clinton, 2 L's or 1. Rebecca McIntyre, complete different spelling of that name as well. Katy Perry. I mean, I've always thought Katy Perry was spelt with a Y as well, but apparently it's not. It's Kate Perry. Actually, no, that was the wrong way around. People remember it as Kate Perry, but it's not. It's Katy Perry with a Y. I have never remembered it with an E. I've always remembered it with a Y, so I don't know where people have got that one from. Madonna's real name. People remember her as Maria, but it turns out her real name is actually Madonna. Christopher Reeves. There's no S. It's just Christopher Reeve. That's strange. So that is all the different things that these top things about the Mandela effect that people seem to remember but don't actually exist. And it's really got me questioning it, to the fact that I'm looking into different bits of fan theory about it. So let's take it to the board. Right then, guys, so over here at the board, so there's quite a few different fan theories out there, so let's kick things off with this one. So that line, I know you're not going to be able to see it very well, but that line there is our current timeline. If you say that's where we are now, people believe that someone has gone back in time to a certain point in time, reckon roughly around the late 90s, and something has changed, only slightly, but that has caused this second little timeline. Other people believe that people keep going back into time, creating extra different timelines. So every time someone goes back, something different changes. That's why we've not just got one thing that's changed, but there's all sorts of different things that have changed. So is that what we believe? That some people are going back in time and changing things? Do we believe that there's one person that's just gone back in time and changed things? Who knows? But that is one theory out there. There's another theory as well, that not only are the UFOs that people believe to have seen, which, as far as if you ask me, it's just a plane or a satellite or something like that, but people believe to have seen proper UFOs. People now are believing that those UFOs are actually time ships, and people are going back in time, and they've changed a few things like that. Things have things have changed in our timeline that we don't even know about because people are going back into time. There are many different theories on it. For instance, there's this one. This circle, well, this pen is useless. There is, of course, I can't draw the picture now because my pen has stopped working. I knew there was an issue with this pen. But yes, we believe that we've got this circle here. I'm just going to draw it with my hand. So we've got a circle here. This is our universe. There is another universe identical to ours, except for a few minor little changes. Now, some people believe that because we are so similar, things are leaking across from one universe to another, which is creating these false memories. Others believe that when these two universes cross over, that's when things change. When there's a cross between the universes, things seep from one universe to another and things change between them. That's another theory. There are a ton of different theories out there on why this is happening, but of course nobody has the answer. We don't know. Could it just be that, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this one as well, there's always the one that people believe that either we're all already dead, or this is just a dream that we are all living in, or we're all in somebody else's head, or my favourite one, aliens are doing it to us. So yeah, again, there are all these different theories. I have no idea what's real. I am tending to stick with my my theory of maybe we are being told one thing and we are brought up knowing one thing, but then we're not really looking into it, so we are kind of not noticing the fact that it's actually wrong and different. But yeah, that's my theory on it. I could be wrong, I could be very wrong, who knows, but that's kind of what I believe. You guys in the comments below, let me know what you think the Mandela effect is. Are there any Mandela effects out there that I've missed? Some people believe that 30 Seconds to Mars song, The Kill, that one says bury me, but it's actually marry me, bury me. Is that part of the Mandela effect? Is that just because we can't quite tell what he's saying? You know? Who knows? Anyway, that has been it for today, guys. Do you want me to do more conspiracy theory videos? Because there are a lot out there. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys later. So bye for now, guys. Bye.